Hi everybody, today we are scenic cruising through Fiordland National Park in New Zealand. So if you've never done scenic cruising on a ship before, this will show you what it looks like. Enjoy the video. Got up before sunrise today and we are looking at a beautiful sunrise over the entrance of Dusky Sound. This is the first passage that we will enter into Fiordland National Park. It's a gorgeous morning. Throughout the day I'll just be walking all over the ship to get you some views of what we are seeing today. Deck 3 is called the Promenade Deck. That's where I'm at the moment. You can walk right around the ship. The bow is open on Deck 4. I will also go there to get some great footage. And then obviously Deck 9. We have aft and forward where you can also get some great views. So just sit back, relax and enjoy this gorgeous sunrise with me. Isn't this just quite the sight, right? Yes. Wow. We'll be inside the fjords until 5:15 p.m. today. So I'll be here for the whole day. I'll come out every half an hour, every hour, just to get some footage for you. I think I should get a picture of the sunrise. That might make a really good thumbnail. Let's do it quickly.
So now we're just entering into the very southern part of the Acheron Passage. Say goodbye to Dusky Sound.
Oh, we're leaving Dusky Sound.
And we'll head up through the Acheron. Take about 15-20 minutes or so before we get to Breaksea Sound at the very northern side. As we turn out of Dusky Sound, we've done about maybe just under a half of the total distance of Dusky before we get up to the head. And as you can imagine, with the water movement here between the Acheron Passage and Dusky, there's some pretty strong currents which come through this part of the fjord, which is quite important for a lot of the invertebrate species which live on the rock walls. It provides them with a lot of food. It also means there's quite good fish numbers which congregate through where the currents are strongest. So there's not much in the way of fresh water today. It doesn't look like there's much anyway. There'll be a little bit on top, but that's what creates that sort of dark water that we see as we're cruising through.
Okay, let's do a quick walk around. Good morning. I've done this before. Let me try it again. How that can work. Come on. the ship is blocked off. You have to go to deck 4 to get to the bow. But then we have Scenic Cruising. It's quite busy down there, and because I'm in uniform, everybody wants to speak to me, so I can't get any footage. I avoid deck 4 a little bit on Scenic Cruising days. Okay. Beautiful, right? I don't know what that guy is doing. Much more open here. Previous time we came here, I wasn't able to come outside too much, so I really couldn't get any footage. But I remember we're still going to get to.
There was another
These fjords
relatively
are really
famous person
big.
on Cook's vessel, the Resolution, called George Vancouver, which many of you Canadians will probably know. He named this the Resolution Passage after Cook's vessel. But Lord Stokes, who was a sealer and a coastal navigator afterwards, came through in the sort of 1820s or so and named it the Acheron Passage after his vessel. So it's been named the Acheron Passage ever since.
So on Scenic Cruising days we have scenic commentary, and today we have the National Park commentator Richard Kinsey on board, and it's very helpful, a lot of information, but obviously you have to be close to a speaker to get all of that information. But this is just telling you how it works on a ship. So yeah, there's also talks in the world stage with more information, like sort of lecture. So it's not just the great views, they do give you a lot of information too. We are now sailing out of Doubtful Sound, and we will be about 3 hours before we arrive at Mulford Sound. So we'll be at sea during that time, and that's usually when they do the lecture in the world stage. And I'm not going to trim this part of the video because this will give you a really good idea of what scenic cruising really feels and looks like. We've just entered Milford Sound, and this is the most spectacular one of them all. Beautiful, large waterfalls coming down all over. Now in the distance you can see this boat approaching, and this is not like a small little boat, it carries quite a few people, so I think it gives you a better scaling opportunity to see the size of these mountains. Now it is too windy out here to hear anything that the commentator is saying, but there in the distance you can see the little town of Milford, and it is a very small establishment. I didn't get all the information because I was also outside, so if the wind blows too hard you simply can't hear what he's saying. Most people stay inside and listen to the commentary and enjoy the view, but if you want to film it, the windows, that's not a good idea for good filming, so that's the reason why I'm outside. Now to the right, you can see that little boat that was approaching is at the bottom of that waterfall. And that is just a gigantic waterfall coming down. There are so many of them all over. It's really beautiful. We don't get too close. I think it would have been great to be on that little boat. But in any case, still spectacular views. Oh, and you can see with the size of the boat over there.
Yeah.
Saying how large these things are, right?
Wait till we get up a little bit further to see how far it comes down.
Yeah. I love it. Beautiful. They're all getting wet. I bet, yes.
You can see them up here coming down into the valley. Yep. Because you can use that to judge, judge the size of the water flow. It is sort of like putting a quarter on a something to show the relative size.
That is a big one. They didn't have any build up as there is now. It's just incredible how they built it up.
Cruise passengers are told to remain alert.
And this is what it looks like from the outside decks.
That's not hurrying. That whole fucking moment is gonna be over. And so I bought a a little bracelet with black and white beads, and it says "fuck off" in Morse code.
Okay.
I'm gonna wear it and see if any of you folks know.
That's gonna be like
Yeah.
And finally, this is the view from the bow. I'm short, so it's difficult on the bow because I need to stick my hand in the air to sort of film over everybody's heads, which is also not doable all the time. But when you're outside on the bow, you feel much closer to what you are seeing. So it is the preferred spot to be.
A little underwater observatory that you could wander down for about 10 minutes and have a look at all of the marine life that decided to come past the windows. Just having a conversation about stories.
Okay, our day in Fiordland National Park has come to an end with a beautiful waterfall on the left, and here comes the pilot boat. Now at this stage they will just escort us out of the channel, and once we hit the open waters they will come alongside and pick up the pilot. Alright everybody, I hope you enjoyed these spectacular views with me. Until next time, thank you, bye. Look at those waterfalls. Wow. Really something.
Where does he come aside?
I believe it will be on this side. Not sure where it's open. But I think they're just escorting us now out of the channel. You will only come once we're outside in the open ocean. They will pick up the pilot. Yeah.